Scorpio, what is going on? Welcome to the channel. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're looking at the energy for you for January 2024. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a fabulous holiday. Always thank you for tuning in, your time, energy. I super appreciate it. I am going to start out with an energy clearing per usual. So definitely grab a smudge bundle if you're interested in participating. You can also receive the energy that I cleanse out. That didn't come out very fluidly. Or you can totally skip ahead if it's not your vibe. Whatever suits your fancy will be. I love just the practice, the sacrament of really just like cleansing, honoring, setting intention for these readings, for our time together. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release all the things that do not serve our highest and best, removing any blocks, any obstacles that would keep us limited. We all deserve abundance. We deserve wealth, success, opportunity, and that is what 2024 is all about. It's definitely a regrounding year, right? So I like the energy of January. Mercury goes direct at the beginning of the month, January 2nd. Intuition pops out for you, so this need to really tap into what your spidey senses are telling you. Uranus is going direct at the end of the month, Earth sign. That's coming up a lot for a lot of us, which makes sense because I think after the holidays, things are so busy, so chaotic. It's a perfect time to, kind of ground into our energy, spend a lot of time at home, self-love, self-care, little hermit vibes, especially if you are in the winter months. I know we all aren't, but where I'm located, we are. All right, so we have our new moon January 11th and our full moon the 25th. Full moon is in Leo and new moon is in Capricorn. So Capricorn really forces us to do the work. It's when we kind of have to hunker down and make some changes, make some lifestyle changes. That's what this month is all about. We have really good momentum moving forward. Okay, so gambling. Okay, so how are you spending your money? How are you spending your finances? This came up for Taurus as well. No shade, no judgment at this channel. We all have our vices. We all have ways we like to overindulge. And spending is really hard. We live in consumer culture. No matter how much money you have or whatever, there's always that beautiful, shiny thing that you want to invest in, right? So let's try to find a little bit more balance this month, Leo, especially when it comes to our finances and how we are spending that money. 333 is on the clock. So we got to make sure that we are not only supporting ourselves, but also supporting our environment around us, right? If we're constantly spending, running through things, our environment is going to reflect that as well. The people that we surround ourselves with, the opportunities that come our way, etc. I feel like it's really interesting with this honeymoon energy because I feel like it's like you go back and forth, right, with those cycles. So it's like you spend too much money and then you're like, no, I'm going to get on this bandwagon and it's going to be fine and I'm going to be better and blah, 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 right? And then you just go right back into it. So I hear this as be gentle with yourself. The things that last, that stay for longevity, are when we slowly implement, right? Like, especially when it's something that is a habit, a pattern, an addiction per se. We really want to be gentle with how we move out of that. It is like the bell curve, right? If, it took us X amount of time to get to this point, and so maybe it will be the same amount of time to come out of that, Hopefully it will be a little bit quicker, but at the same time, we still need to be gentle through the process, because then you're not really living in reality, is what I'm hearing, Leo. No offense, no shade by any means. I say it with love. I personally would rather know, you know what I mean? Like, if I have to like watch my money, watch my finances, you know, overspending, whatever. You know, we all really, that's how we support ourselves. That's how we sustain ourselves. That is actually what makes us feel strong and confident to some capacity, when we can pay our bills. Otherwise, it's like, it's scary. It's very effing scary, I tell you. I did not have $1 in my pocket this last year, and I have a young child, so it's very scary. It's you know, it's embarrassing, it's humbling. There are so many things that go with it, and you know, obviously we can't, you know, help it if other people judge us or shame us or wherever we're at, etc. But we also don't have to like buy into their lies. So this is really Spirit talking about making some changes, making some adjustments. Oh, that's why. Okay, this is like the welcome card. I'm like, why does that card keep flipping up? Making changes, making adjustments that are healthy for you, and not being afraid of it, right? Like I said, not going to one extreme or the other, starting small, saving $10 a week, right? Or, you know, opening up a savings account that you deposit money into that you don't touch, etc. Things like that show the universe you're really working to support yourself, and then the universe is going to reflect that energy back. I know finances are so hard, they're so tricky. I can feel that energy of fear, and it's not a fun place to be in. I'm sending you just all the love. I'm sending you good vibes, good blessings, and recognizing that you will come out of it, right? My relationships are supposed to feel good. So we're supposed to love what we're doing. This is specifically related to your career, to your business. If you're not liking what you're doing, take a look at it. I'm not saying to make a career change tomorrow. That's not what this is about. But I think that when it is a struggle to do something, to make something happen, especially when it comes to our career, the way we make money, etc., it's such a huge part of our life. It becomes incredibly daunting. And, you know, that's a lot of the reason why we would give up, right? Because we don't see a way out. We feel stuck or limited, or like this is what we should be doing, supposed to be doing. Spirit is asking you to take a look at it. When we are resorting to behavior like overspending, gambling, being frivolous with our finances, etc., it's basically saying that something is not in its right place, and we need to look at it, you know? Here is your energy of King of Wands. It's such a vibrant energy. I feel like you have good opportunities when you put yourself out there, when you network, when you connect with other people, things come your way. But there's this part of you that doesn't really believe it, or you get too depressed, or you give up, right? So that's that energy we were talking about in the very beginning. There's something that keeps sucking you back in. You might deal with some anxiety, fear, depression. A lot of us do, you know. We're living in a very overly stimulated environment, society, etc. I feel like there's this part of you that feels overwhelmed by the amount that you have going on. And when we are in this space, Two of Pentacles, there's a lot happening. The best thing we can do, to the best of our ability, is try to cut out the things that we don't need to be doing, the extras. Maybe we do have to take away a hangout night, right, with that hermit energy. Maybe we need to spend a little bit more time with ourselves and not as focused on our community or our friends, especially where there's all this fear coming into play. If your money's funny right now, just take a step back, save a little bit more. You're going to feel way better at the end of the month, right? And it's as simple as that, not overly simplifying it. But when we do that, like I said, the universe mirrors us back. So you're going to actually start seeing that flow open up a little bit more. The law of attraction assembles happy relationships, and this is attached to your finances. So the places of fear, of doubt, limitation that you're allowing to cloud your vision right now, that is also what's keeping these happy partnerships away from you as well. Collaborating with people in business that actually match your vibration, match your energy, match the innovation that you bring to the table. You might have some options with where you can put your time into, especially on the financial front. Maybe you're doing some trading, maybe you're looking at investing, maybe you want to make some extra money, so you're kind of trying to figure out what business I can get, what's a side hustle, etc. And what I love about this energy for you is it's saying you do have options, but you have to be smart about which ones you choose. There are options here, options to make money. It goes back to that value. You can kill yourself to do it, or you can find something that's actually like easy and natural. Maybe it's something you don't love doing, but you know how to do it. It's second nature to you, and it's making a quick $100, couple $100, whatever, couple thousand, if that's your vibe, I don't know. You know what I mean? But like, again, kind of just like not putting a lot of pressure on yourself right now. You have a lot of emotions around this, and the emotions are scaring the shit out of you. It's really interesting in this moon card. It is the Datura flower, and this is such a beautiful flower. It's very alluring. It can also be toxic. So it's this value of when we let our emotions get the best of us, it can actually be to our detriment. It can be that thing that is actually blocking us from making a little bit more money, or listening to the right choice to make, right? The right opportunity to take on. You have this Empress energy coming through, which I love for you, Leo. So Empress is ruled by Taurus, Libra. It is about really like what the Empress is amazing at doing is like multiplying her abundance. I kept hearing that cornucopia, right? So it's just when your cup runneth over, when you have more than enough. And here's the thing, this is how your energy is coming up, but you're letting the fear of the unknown get to you way too much. And again, that is becoming a block and an obstacle. I feel like other people are playing into that for you, and that's why, like, maybe you really like believe in this thing for yourself, but then you might talk to a friend or brother, sister, or someone close to you about it, and then they're like, I don't really know about that, or you can't make money doing that, or whatever it is, right? And then you stop pursuing it because you second guess yourself, you question your ability, etc. This is about not letting that happen. There are so many ways to make money, especially nowadays. There's the global market, right? You can do a bunch of different things online, whatever. I don't have to list them all for you, but what I'm trying to say is be creative, be inventive. Don't let people say no to you, because you have options, and it's going to make you feel so much more empowered to try to pursue those versus buying into what this person over here says that can't happen for you. Our varied behavior adds to the planet's well-being. So when it comes to diversity, I mean, here's the thing. What I've learned, especially around this, is yes, we all see things in a different way. I love that we can learn things from other people as well, how they approach things, what their perspective is around something. But then we also have to know who we are in the midst of it, what will work for us and what won't. We have the Lovers coming into play. So this is Gemini energy. It's duality. flipping the script on how we're looking at home and family, especially when it relates to our finances, our income, dual income household, etc. Maybe you're looking to partner up with someone. Maybe you're a little bit afraid of that, how that's going to work on the financial front. This is the energy of just knowing that one way is not the only way, you know, how your parents did it, how siblings do it, how your friends do it. It's not the only way to make something happen, especially as it relates to what you're building and growing on the home and family front. It looks like you're making some plans of action with this Knight of Swords energy. What is this? Oh, Ace of Fire. Okay, this is very phallic. So to me, this looks like you're pursuing someone or something, a new relationship. This is not someone you're currently engaged in. To me, it feels like this is someone that you want to share home and family with. Yeah, there she is right there. That Queen of Pentacles. It doesn't matter what your gender is either. To me, the King and Queen of Pentacles are a lot about partnership. You know, they're the representation of who we couple up with in the practical world, right? So there is this energy of really desiring to bring in your counterpart, someone who can add to your home environment, not take away, not use you, take advantage of you, etc. You might need to focus a little bit more energy on the way you're nurturing your home as well, is what I'm hearing for some of you. It might be an afterthought, even like, especially if you are single or you don't have a family or whatever, you know, you might kind of like let that go on the back burner. I think it's really important. It's that value of setting up your home, your life, as if you had that partner, as if that person was in your life, etc. Especially if you're really interested in manifesting new relationship this year. My imagination attracts all cooperative relationships, okay? So when it comes to health and wellness, being a little bit more varied in your approach. This is, again, you have this current theme, Leo, of not letting lack mind, lack mentality get you down, especially because your finances keep popping up. You have a lot of emphasis on your finances. It makes sense, especially with this gambling energy, how we started the reading off. So don't let, you know, remember, that's just one aspect of your life. It's not the whole. Just because one part might feel like it's falling apart, it doesn't mean that we have to let all the other parts fall apart as well. Confirmation on that from Spirit and my dryer. I'm kidding. But I do mean it. It's confirmation, right? Like, we can't let it affect everything else. We can't self-protect. We can't hide ourselves away until things sort themselves out. Then when we come out, we realize we've missed a lot, right? We've missed time, life, living, etc. And Spirit wants you, I think it's like taking better care of yourself for sure. I do get that energy, being a little bit more stable in how you approach your day-to-day living, finding positive habits, routines to implement each day, especially because it is going to give you that power to kind of overcome some of the stress and anxiety that you are feeling. You know, I feel like this is like maybe even seeking out new health professionals with this Queen of Fire. So the Queen of Fire is very attractive. She's very luminous. She's someone who has her stuff together. She knows what's up, right? So this is basically saying if you need to kind of seek out alternative ways to approach your health and well-being, I feel like you actually might be coupling up with a life coach or a wellness coach or someone who you have been interested in. You've been interested in, you know, maybe being a client, maybe do an intake or something along those lines to see if you would vibe with this person. I do get a lot of really positive energy coming from this new connection. I think you have to put yourself out there a little bit more. It also feels counterintuitive because you're afraid of your money, but this is like investing in yourself, investing in your wellness. We all can find, I don't know, $100. I don't think it's that hard to come up with $100, you know, just to invest in yourself, right? I have complete control over my own thoughts. So this is about not letting people piss you off is what I'm hearing, especially in your community, in your environment around you. I don't know. I feel like you let people get under your skin quite easily. This is, okay, the Fool. So starting over, starting fresh, not being too nitpicky is what I'm hearing. Yeah, because I feel like, I don't know, maybe you have a really high value for yourself, high expectations about how life should be lived or how you would approach things. Maybe this is someone that you are partnered with, someone you do have relationship with. The home family card comes up. Something that you, I don't know, maybe you questioned beforehand, maybe it didn't sit right with you, it didn't feel like it was your vibe, etc. beforehand. But I think that this is actually saying, like, you know, if you are a little bit more open-minded about things, like not everything has to be in this tight-knit control. You're actually going to be surprised with who surrounds you and the beauty that is here and the opportunities that do come through. With community, like I said, it does feel like you're making new friends. You're kind of you know, starting fresh. Not that you don't have anyone. I don't necessarily get that vibe. But this is kind of putting your feelers out there for something new is what I'm hearing. So, ooh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I'm sorry, Leo, this might not be for all of you, and this also can be reversed. Maybe someone cut you off, but I'm hearing like it's either like you had to cut someone out or a group of people out. Maybe they were your like mainstays. They were the people that were your constant community. I feel, honestly, what I'm feeling is like the boundaries were necessary and important, but it also puts you in this place of starting fresh. And so that's what you're going to be figuring out this month. But again, the way that you perceive people, you have control over. I've evaluated this a lot in relationships. When we meet people, it's the honeymoon phase, right? Like we're excited, we love them, we want to get to know them, blah, 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 right? And then as time goes on, if they don't meet our expectation or they do something we don't like, then we start plugging into that energy of judgment or we're so offended or whatever it may be. And then it becomes that downward spiral, right? All the things that we loved and appreciated about them before kind of disappear. And then we end up fixating and focusing on things that, like, I don't know, maybe it's worth it, but maybe it's not. And that's what I'm hearing Spirit is asking you to adjust this month, Leo, is not being too critical on how and who people need to be and how they need to show up, or what your community looks like even. You know, I feel like you're leaving something behind because it needed to be left behind. So if you are looking for the same type of energy, you're just gonna loop yourself back into that cycle, even if it is different people. So broaden your horizons, look for new things. Look for, like, the best way to meet new people or to connect with people is like a hobby. You know, take a class, find something where you have similar interests around something, and then, like, you know, you'll be surprised. They might not live the same lifestyle as you or be the same person, but it's actually gonna be, what I'm hearing for you, it's more heart honoring, it's more in alignment with you. It's none of the surface BS type things. So what you need to be aware of, my relationships will change when my vibration changes. Okay, law of attraction at its finest, not the easiest pill to swallow always, but we do have to remember that what we're putting out, what we're thinking, feeling, judging, shaming about others, about ourselves, is going to be reflected back to us in our environment. It's hard when we're in change, right? Because the one thing we need to do is self-evaluate, see where we're feeding into the energy in order to make changes. It's not the blame game. It's not, well, this person did this and they suck because of this. Of course, sure, you know. But it's also like, well, why'd you allow that? Why'd you let that into your energy? What boundaries weren't you setting? What were you after? You know, we have to do that self-evaluation. It's not the easiest for Leos. Again, no shade, because Leo is that energy of loving being in the limelight, even if you are someone who is a little bit more introverted. So it's this value of who you're attracting, the partnerships, Two of Cups energy. This is both love and community and family, friends, etc. So you're attracting people right now that are matching your vibration. What you're bitching and complaining about in someone else is within you, you know? And it's either you're doing that to someone or it's the belief that you deserve to be treated that way. And you have to kind of go in and weigh out which it is. This is about stepping into your power, right? So it's happening not to shame you, not to say shame, Leo, not to say that you're bad or wrong or you've been doing this in this horrible way. It's not about that. It's about, you know, Spirit is bringing these relationships, or the relationships that are crumbling, they're bringing them to head, because it's like, hey, you can actually have something better, something that is more heart honoring, that does align with you, but you gotta not be so stringent in how you approach this thing. This new beginning is here whether you like it or not. It's life, new beginning, new year. Ace of Pentacles has been coming up a lot. So this is saying, like, put yourself out there, but in a calm and peaceful way. Chamomile is so soothing. It's relaxing, incredibly medicinal. And I feel like it's not about, you know, running and chasing after new people, new opportunities, money, wealth, etc. That is going to burn us out so quickly, and it's going to bite us in the butt. It's about easing in, checking in with yourself, taking a step forward, checking in, taking another step, checking in, really kind of gauging on your emotions, whether this feels right or not. So, busy month for you, Leo. A lot is shifting. I really hope that this helps. I hope it helps you find more grounding with whatever you're navigating through. I think the more you can stay the middle of the road, the quicker it's going to get you to your manifestation. Like I talked about, we have great energy supporting us in moving forward. Spirit will always support us in the things that are honoring and authentic to our heart, to our life path, etc. And so you don't have to worry about that part. You just have to worry about what you're going to be filling it in with, i.e. people, places, things, hobbies, you know, whatever you're kind of going after right now. And don't fall prey to the illusion, right? To the trickery, to the deceit. People who sell something too good to be true, usually it is. All right, with that, we are done. On to the next one, Leo. I thank you so much for your time and energy always. It's always a blessing to read for you. Definitely drop comments below. I love to see how these energies play out in your own life. Thank you again for the love and support. I'm sending it back your way.